proper application of three principles of urban combat: surprise, speed, and violence of action helps to ensure mission success. Surprise throws the enemy off guard and gives your team the edge. Speed often acts as security during operations. Speed is not how fast you move, but rather how fast you eliminate the threat. Violence of action is a sudden explosive use of force that eliminates the threat with the least chance of compromise. Coupled with speed, it hinders the chance and ability to react in a coordinated or planned manner. Violence of action is not just massive firepower, it is also a state of mind. You must have complete psychological domination and total control of the situation. A successful room clearing operation must be based on the decisive application of the 7 fundamentals of room clearing. 1. Dominate the room. Team members move to the points of domination and deliver total control of the room with interlocking sectors of fire. 2. Eliminate the threat. Team members move to their points of domination and eliminate the threat without harming non-combatants. In the urban arena, target ID may be difficult. 3. Control the situation and personnel. You must maintain control of the room and all personnel in it. This is especially crucial in the initial moments. Once lost, control is difficult to re-establish. 4. Search the dead. After eliminating the threat, ensure no threat remains. Remove any weapons near the body, and any further searches will be dictated by mission, time available, and the mission SOP. 5. Search the room. Team members should make a cursory search of the room to determine any other potential threat to the team. 6. Search the living. Conducting a cursory or detailed search of the living should be done in accordance with Team SOP. A search may be done with the non-combatant standing, kneeling, or lying down as shown, with one soldier conducting the search and another pulling security. 7. Evacuate personnel or equipment. On call, evacuate all personnel and equipment according to MET-TC. Team members hold their weapons in either a high or low ready position on safe. When they enter the room, team members will pass through the door as quickly as possible to get out of the fatal funnel, the spot where combatants in the room will be focusing their attention. The team proceeds to dominate the room by collapsing their sectors of fire as they move to their points of domination. The number 1 man achieves depth in the room by going long. The number 2 man achieves width by going in the opposite direction of the number 1 man to his point of domination. The number 3 man goes in the opposite direction of the number 2 man and supports the number 1 man, but does not achieve depth. The number 4 man goes in the opposite direction of the number 3 man and supports the number 2 man. Individual movement techniques differ if the room has a corner or offset door. Since this corner door opens in, the team stacks on the hinge side of the door. As before, the team uses specific movements to achieve room domination. This time, the room is cleared using a 2-man team. 2 men are the minimum number required to clear a room. Note that the number 2 man always controls the number 1 man and uses a predetermined signal to enter the room. Hallways and stairwells required modified movement techniques and good hand and arm signals. Many movement techniques can be viable in hallways as long as they incorporate 360-degree security and interlocking sectors of fire. In this scenario, again shown in slow motion, a team approaches a T intersection where one hallway dead ends into another. The team uses a split stack technique. The first man of each stack begins cross coverage down the opposite hallway as far as he can see. Using a predetermined nonverbal signal such as a head nod, the number 2 man squeezes and releases their number 1 man to simultaneously assume the low kneeling position. The number 2 man rounds the corner in a standing position over top the number 1 man, taking care to avoid flagging the number 1 man with the muzzle of his rifle. Each number 1 man's sector of fire is along the wall. The number 2 sector of fire is the opposite side of the hallway along the wall he's standing against. In this 4-way intersection scenario, the number 1 man and the number 2 man use the same movements as at a T intersection. The number 3 man assumes long security past the hallway team, while the number 1 and number 2 men maintain security. After the hallway is secured, the rest of the detachment moves across. When moving up stairwells, the number 1 man and the number 2 man cover the front using the high ready position. One man is chest high and above, the other man is chest high and below. The number 3 man and the number 4 man secure doors on the landings until the main force can relieve them. The number 1 man and the number 2 man must slow down at the next landing to allow the number 3 man and number 4 man to catch up. On open stairwells, the team should use long security. In urban combat, a team attacks down through a structure. The team members should clear down stairwells if possible.
Turn and move! Turn and go! Last man. Turn and go!
A combination of several techniques can be used for climbing up or down a building. In the basket technique, one member forms a basket with his hands and the others use it to climb up. In the frisk technique, 2 team members place their hands on the wall and interlock their feet to form a base. The others climb up the basement. In the SWAT handshake, team members who have already ascended reach over and pull the members on the ground up by their forearms. The rope assist or slack rope pull enables team members on a flat roof to pass a rope down so their teammate can use it to walk up the building.